Exiting recovery has you regain your faculties in a listed order. First, the ability to block, the ability to throw neutral attacks, which includes guard breaks and counter guard breaks, then the ability to dodge. So, in certain instances, Juren can cancel the recovery of his moves with a stance quicker than all other forms of recovery would come back to him normally. Like in the instance of his neutral heavy opener, you can see that we start shaving time early on, and by the end of it, we can save a whopping 1 frame. Now obviously I was being facetious with this example, as the way you should ever be using recovery cancel, at least in terms of trying to shave off recovery frames, is exclusively on either chain finishers or dodge attacks. Here are some standout examples of how the frame advantage works, and in addition, the interactions it has with your enemy, which is not only important for the Juren to know in order to capitalize on, but also important for anyone going against it, so you don't unknowingly feed into his strengths. Both forward and side dodge attacks leave you and your opponent at frame neutral, but any form of recovery will give you a couple of frames of advantage, meaning the Juren's buffer light attack will always land first. The one trade-off of the charge dodge attack is that you instantly end your chain, but with recovery cancels you are severely advantaged in starting offense once more. Now, what might make Juren a pretty big menace in duels is the amount of advantage he gets from his finisher heavy. The side heavies are too quick to be interruptible by a buffer light attack even on low hit stun, though the top one can be. Any form of hit stun beyond that, however, and all forms of the finisher are completely uninterruptible. The raw move itself leaves Juren at a low amount of advantage, but canceling the recovery adds a considerable amount more to this. On recovery cancel, you are so frame plus that not only do your lights interrupt buffered lights, but buffering a heavy will also land before your enemy can even get a light attack off. If you are fighting a Juren in a duel scenario and he finishes offense with this move, you must play extremely cautiously. His zone, which a lot of people seem to be angry about, is similarly extremely favorable to him in regards to frame data. It has the same guard break vulnerability as a heavy attack, so you cannot option select with this move. But in many instances, even when frame minus, you can stuff guard break attempts, trade with commits, and sometimes even beat delayed finisher attacks, all in one move. Obviously this is a pretty big commitment from the Juren, since they cannot feint, but it is essentially an extremely safe trading option when he has a health lead, and even if the opponent reads or reacts in time to catch the buffered zone, they will only get a measly heavy parry. This next one is definitely more niche, but doing your charge guard break slam up against the wall will leave you at such a high frame advantage that you can actually string them together on any move the opponent tries to buffer, including light attacks and zones. If you are in this position against a Juren, you must be patient and not press any buttons at all.